Hi, this is Alan Shea with Our Society Show, and we are here in Northwest Pasadena. Just share with them, Angela, really, what is today all about?
Yes, today is our block party, Harambee's 40th anniversary block party, where we are celebrating 40 years of impact from the start of Dr. John Perkins and his wife Vera May here at Harambee Ministries. We're located on the northwest corner of Pasadena, and we exist to nurture and equip the next generation of leadership through holistically teaching them biblical truths so that our community can continue to meet the needs of our community. So the leaders are from here so they can meet the needs of here.
Well, why don't you share with the viewers before we let you go and capture all of this great excitement here today. Share with them really how significant it was to start this ministry and to make it work for 40 years.
40 years ago, Dr. John Perkins and his wife Vera May moved to this community, and they saw that the same issues that were facing black and brown people in the South were the same issues facing black and brown families here. So what they said was they surveyed this 10-block radius and they said, families, what do you need? And the family said, we need a safe place for our kids to go after school. So that's how Harambee was born. Over the years, we've been after school programs. We've been a preparatory school. We've had culinary programs. We've had a performing arts program. We have met the needs of the community. So whatever the community says they need, that's what Harambee does. And so we've been so excited and so honored to be able to carry that legacy for the last 40 years.
Well, you know why I love this day, and I'm excited for a number of reasons. One, our great pastor, Pastor Albert Tate, who heads up this great vision for us in our church community. Secondly, we're in John Muir territory, my alma mater here. And thirdly, I live next door in that house growing up as a kid. So it's really great to see the community still relevant here. So why don't you share with the viewers how they can support you moving forward? And stay up with your website and everything else that will add value to what your mission is about.
The first thing, I would invite you to participate in our Harambee 40 campaign, where we have a goal of having 1,000 people commit to giving $40 a month to help strengthen our programs so that we can continue to do the good work in this community. Second, you can pray. Pray for us. We need your prayers. We need help and support. Third, come volunteer. You can check out HarambeeMinistries.org, and you can check out how you can serve in this amazing ministry to help us continue on our legacy.
And I had never heard of fellowship, Pastor Tate or anything. And that first day I went there at the first and have been there ever since.
Good. I'm so glad. We love it. We love Fellowship Church. And yeah, Fellowship is one of our church partners. That's another way that people can support, is church partnerships are a huge part of what we do. So if you and your church want to get involved, feel free to reach out. We would love to have you.
Well, I just want to thank you so much.
Thank you.
We appreciate it. And just stay with us because we got a whole lot of activities going on today. Thank you. Thank you. Hi, we're here with Pastor Tate, our incredible pastor, who's now heading up this great vision for the Northwest community. I'm going to let him share what this vision of this day is all about.
Well, it's all about celebrating 40 years of impact in the community and looking forward to the next 40 years to continue impact for the community, for our families, and for our neighborhood. So we're excited to celebrate the past and forge forward to the future where we continue to make impact in our community.
Well, can you share with the viewers what inspired you to take on this second ministry? Because you already had a great ministry going on, and you've taken on a new child. So share that with the viewers.
Well, I have a passion for the next generation being equipped with everything that they need, and Harambee has been doing that for years, so I just thought, let's come alongside and help Harambee push to make sure that every kid in our community will succeed, and not on our watch will they fail and not become who God has created them to be.
Well, and this tells you and show you the passion that goes into sustainability of community and making sure that our moral and our spiritual compass is well intact. So I just want to thank you so much. Hi, this is Alan Shea, and I am here with Brandon and his son. We're celebrating all the greatness of our community. So why don't I start with you, sir, and let them know how incredible is an event for this for our community, and then give them a little story what your history is with Northwest Pasadena.
Well, Harambee, first of all, is a beautiful ministry, and it's a great place for the young people to come and enjoy just learning their craft, learning whether it be music, whether it be literature, whether it just be whatever it is that they want to do, they're encouraged and have the power by the incredible staff here at Harambee to make that happen.
So why don't you share with the viewers, are you here via Harambee support, or here as a result of the church and fellowship and Pastor Tate and his commitment to Harambee?
I'm here for all of that. We have Pastor Tate, big up Tate. We have Harambee, we have fellowship here, we have victory here. You just have good people of Pasadena and just this part of the town, just having a good time,
Right. So I'm gonna bring this little gentleman in here, and the reason why I love this, he's gonna look into that camera there, and share with the viewers. And I know he might be a little shy, but this is what I strive for, is to make sure you can look back in 20 or 30 years and look at this moment and say, wow, someone captured our history. And you want to hear something strange? Listen to me, I'm gonna help you out. You see the house next door? That was my house when I was your age. Yeah. And what it did for me in this community, it helped me to be a believer and committed. And I'm sure, you live here in Pasadena?
No, actually, we live in the San Fernando Valley.
San Fernando Valley.
But we're frequently here in Pasadena.
This platform, Our Society Show.
Absolutely.
Okay.
You heard it first. Here, Our Society Show.
And you going to close it out with any comment? All right. Well, thank you. Thank you for joining us.
Absolutely.
And we'll definitely see you around.
Absolutely.
We are over here with Victory Bible Church of Pasadena.
Yes.
And I'm amongst one of the greatest couples in Pasadena, so you guys better watch out for them, because this gentleman here is grounded with a lot of Pasadena connection, and his incredible wife, she has all that passion and love to make sure it keeps growing.
That's right.
And so why don't you share with us, what does today mean, celebrating this 40th anniversary here in Northwest Pasadena, and especially to the Pasadenians?
Oh my God, it is an amazing opportunity to come out and celebrate Harambee's 40th anniversary. Victory Bible Church has been in partnership with Harambee since the beginning, and they're like family. So in order to participate with them and provide popsicles and lanyards and water to the community is just a small touch, but the impact that it has on the community is tremendous, and it'll be remembered for years to come. So Harambee's been going strong for 40 years, and we're hoping that they push forward through another 40 years. So put your seatbelts on, because we're going for a ride for the next 40 years.
And why don't you share with the viewers really how important is this to cultivate an awareness in the Northwest community, because a lot of people wouldn't even know what Harambee is all about and their real mission.
Right, Harambee is all about the children. We're their after-school program, making sure that the kids have a safe place to go for these last 40 years. And they're in the Pasadena school system, helping out even during the school session, as well as after school. They're teaching them the arts, which I think is really, really important. And for us to be able to be here with all these youth is just amazing. It's amazing.
And one thing I love about it, growing up here in Pasadena, living actually next door, my heart is just so open to see how well it's received, because it's been a lot of ups and downs in this neighborhood for those people who don't know. In fact, this is probably one of the highest gang problem communities at one point in time, right here on Howard and Navarro.
Yes.
But Harambee has been a anchor to make sure that the moral, the community, and certainly the spiritual balance that's needed to bring about the future generation stay intact. So
Absolutely.
That's why I love celebrating today and making sure you viewers really understand the importance of community, and certainly what the clergy community does to reinforce that strong moral template we need.
Yes.
So what would you like to close on, Gary?
The one thing that I would close on is Victory Bible Church partners with Harambee, like he said, so that we can be a beacon of hope through the goodness and mercies of God, through the works of Jesus Christ. And because of that, we've been able to transform this community into a safe space for kids. And we just want to give all the glory to God because he's on the move at Harambee.
What would you like to close with, Jessica?
Just amen.
Well, that's a good way to close out. So stay with us. We're going to get some more interviews, check out how great today's event is evolving, and enjoy it. Anna today, and I am just thrilled about this event. Why don't you share with us really what does the Arroyo Foothill Conservative do here in Pasadena so the viewers can know and know what the connection is?
We're a nonprofit organization in the Pasadena area, and we purchase open space to preserve in perpetuity for all of our critters to be able to go around and have a place to live, habitat.
Well, you know what I love about our Arroyo Foothill Conservative? The history of the Arroyo.
Absolutely.
So,
We've been
you have
around.
any of that little history?
Our organization has been around for 20 years, going strong.
Well, the reason why I had to sneak up on her is because actually I grew up in the Arroyo area here in Northwest Pasadena, which is vital to maintain a real history here in Pasadena. That's why we have Arroyo Seco.
Yes.
The 110 is off of the Arroyo.
Yes.
The Rose Bowl's in the Arroyo. Brookside Park is in the Arroyo. And a lot of the beautiful homes.
Absolutely.
But really,
Canyon
exactly.
is one of our preserves.
Exactly.
Coleman Canyon.
So they were vital parts of the evolution of the city of Pasadena and what their history mean to us. So you see how important it is for the Arroyo to join up with us today in celebration.
Absolutely. Thank you very much.
Thank you. We appreciate it.
Bye-bye.
Hi, we are back, and we have one of Pasadena's finest right here, and I am proud of this young man. He's going to share a little bit of how important this day is, and really how much is this contributing to the Northwest community and Pasadena's history.
Absolutely. It's so good to see you, number one, and it's good to be here. Harambee has been here for 40 years, and we've spent, actually, I was on the planning committee for this. We spent a long time. It took probably close to a year to plan this day and to put this day together. But I think this is so important, especially for Northwest Pasadena, because it shows that the community can come together in a positive aspect to show our community members, our neighbors, our constituents, that positive things can happen in our community and that we are here for a purpose and for a reason. And so this day is amazing. It's good to see all the people out here. It's good to see smiling faces. But not only that, but it's good to see the merging of generations. You know, it's the young kids, it's the millennials, it's the baby boomers, and the list goes on and on. We're all out here having fun and having a good time together.
So, you know, what's really important about what this gentleman is saying here is his name is Brandon Lamar. He is really a very active young man in our community, and I've been monitoring him about the last 4 years because it's really about passing on to the next generation and making sure that they have a real passion and an understanding of the history of Pasadena and understand the pathway that must be traveled and how to make sure it can be preserved. So I think this young man would be a true template for moving forward with creating the next chapter for Harambee. So why don't you share with them what your hopes are for the future generations, especially with how Harambee has grown since its inception 40 years ago, because it was only a single house at first.
Yeah.
And I say that we live next door, so
Right.
we've seen it evolve.
Yeah, I mean, my hope is what Harambee is already doing, is for the community to come together, is for us to learn job skills, is for the community to come together to learn development skills, merging of generational wealth. What you see is generational wealth. What you see is Harambee buying houses on the block, but also using those houses to help families that are underserved, underprivileged, actually survive in Pasadena and in the community. And so it is my hope that as we continue to move on, we come together, as what Harambee says, we come together and we push together as a community to make sure all of the needs of people in community in Pasadena are met. Whether it's housing, whether it's criminal justice, whether it's health care, we have to come together and make sure all of our needs are being met.
Wow, well, you know, this man was so eloquent in what he's saying. He might have to put together a new package called the Awareness Package of Pasadena. So stay with Brandon Lamar. You can follow him on all of his social media if he wants to share with you how they can stay up with you and see how everything else evolved, especially for your generation and the generation to follow.
Absolutely. So on social media is Brandon Dante Lamar on Facebook. Instagram is BD Lamar. And my website is brandonforpasadena.com. That's simple. Looking forward to seeing you guys. Thank you so much.
All right, well, I appreciate you. Thank you, Brandon. Hi, we're back with the incredible Chap Care Service of Pasadena. And this incredible young lady is going to share with us really what's the real contribution between Chap Care and Harambee, especially here in Northwest.
Aw, thank you for that. I really appreciate it. Well, we are Chap Care, and we are a community health care center here in Northwest Pasadena and the San Gabriel Valley. We've been around for 27 years, and our mandate was to and has been to help the underinsured. We take a whole slew of different insurance providers, but more importantly, we help people access Medi-Cal, Covered California, and My Health LA through our enrollment advocacy services. So we'd be happy to help folks in that capacity, and we're just so thrilled to be out here today.
And you know, the beautiful thing I love about Chap Care is that Chap Care is literally around the corner off of Fair Oaks and Howard. And well, that's your main headquarters, but your original was over on Fair Oaks. So, and the reason why I can share this is because of growing up here in Pasadena and being a city commissioner for the Northwest for 12 years, we made sure that the community was really aware of all the resources that was right here in their own community. And this was one of the true thumbprints of what elevated our Northwest community, was knowing that we had healthcare service right here in a facility that people can access without going far south, right, out of the neighborhood for it. So I just want everybody to know, as Harambee grows and increase its awareness, it's also bringing the community with us. So what would you like to share in closing with all the viewers about the services and what the future of Chap Care is all about?
Wow. Well, we'd love to continue to serve the membership of Pasadena, the community in Pasadena. We started 27 years ago, and we're going to continue to move forward, and we appreciate the opportunity to be here today.
Well, I appreciate Chap Care because I tell you, I love their services. I love their history. I love how the community came together about 27 years ago, spearheaded by Mr. Jimmy Morris and a bunch of other gentlemen who mentored us in the community to make sure Chap Care grows. And they have three facilities right now. Four in Pasadena.
And we have 4 facilities in Pasadena alone, and you are right. As far as the genesis of Chap Care, it was a grassroots movement that began with the leadership here in Pasadena 27 years ago, when we started working in partnership with community-based organizations and our local leadership to get affordable health care in the community. And today I can say that in Pasadena, we have a facility on Lake and Elizabeth. We have our original facilities on Fair Oaks next to the Department of Public Health. We have a women's clinic on Del Mar in Pasadena. And then we have our pediatric clinic, our dental clinic, and our optometry clinic just right up the street on Lincoln, right next to Perry's. So come out and see us. We are of the community, and we are for the community.
Wow.
Thank you so much.
Well, that shows you how beautiful this whole festival, the connection and the celebration about our community is about. So we want to just thank you so much, Chap Care. And viewers, stay with us. We still have a few more booths we want to check out and let you know the resources that we have here in Pasadena.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. How critical today's celebration is and the future of Harambee.
Hello, everybody. I just want to thank you for this opportunity to speak on behalf of my feelings and my family's open-eyed about Harambee. As a parent growing up in this neighborhood, it's a very difficult, very hard neighborhood to grow up raising men. You know, they're men now. My boys are men. And my experiences were very good here at Harambee because not only did my boys get a very good education, they also had a lot of mentors in the community that came in and stepped in as father figures, mother figures, and mentored my boys. Any given time, I could call any one of them and they would come in and say, okay, Michelle, we're going to help Manny with some studies. He's a little bit behind. Or we're going to take him camping. And they just came together as a big united family for me and my family. So, I mean, I have nothing but positive reflections on Harambee. Harambee is so good for this neighborhood. And not only just one experience, but I see a lot of the kids of the neighborhood, which are of color, you know, just have a better education. Some were sponsored, some, you know, could not afford to be here. And the community got together and paid for the scholarships. So a lot of them did get a chance in life, you know, a better chance. Any school is good, you know, as long as you make it what you want it to be. But when you have a family backing you up, then that's the great opportunity that other big schools you can't get. From Harambee, we got it.
I want to say we love hearing the voice of individuals who actually experience the greatness of Harambee and the contributions that it has made to your family and to the community. So we want to thank you. We want to certainly thank you, viewers, for joining us. And we're going to try and get a couple more interviews in before we wrap it up today. But it's a beautiful event today. We have tons and tons of people around, and it truly shows the Pasadena spirit, especially in Northwest Pasadena.
Great, thank you.
So what would you like to share in closing to all those viewers who are finally understanding how important Harambee is to our community?
Thank you very much for this opportunity. And remember, God first and Harambee second.
Amen to that one.
Thank you.
So we are here with the two artists, and I just want to make sure everybody see how incredible the community passes on for the next generation. So why don't you share with them your name and really how important is today's session on celebrating 40 years of the community?
It makes me feel like Sankofa, which is a word that means let's go back and get it. And so 40 years of impact is just us celebrating 40 years of history in the community, in Harambee, on Howard and Navarro. It just means a lot. And to have my young son here, my young homie since he was very little, to have him here on stage with me means a lot as well, because he's super gifted, super talented, and has a future in music. So I'm honored to have this opportunity become a reality. So much love.
And so why don't you share with us your name and let them know how important an event like this is for the community first.
Alright, what's up? My name is Zaire, and I really appreciate how people are taking their time to give out to the community and kids like us.
True.
And yeah.
All right, we're about to do the red ticket raffle.
So we saw you up on the stage. We missed you. So why don't you share with the viewers, first of all, what you were singing, and then give us a little example of what that was.
Alright. You want me to rap?
Go ahead and rap.
Alright.
Who's ready to win?
Alright. My name is Baby Blaze. You know I'm only 10. I'm not stopping till I put my dad in a brand new Benz. I'm running wild, man. Man, you know how it is. Trying to get paid, trying to pay my dad bills, man.
So I know it might seem a little difficult with all the noise in the background, but you were so poetic that I said I need to make sure that we got you in here, especially amongst the younger generation. So tell them what school you go to and how they can follow you as you evolve as an artist.
I go to Pasadena Elementary, and I can follow all my social medias under HB_Baby Blaze.
So can they go on to YouTube and find some videos of you on YouTube?
Yes, my YouTube is HBBabyBlaze_Red Light.
Well, what we're going to do is we're going to follow you on YouTube, look at some of your YouTube tapes, and make sure the viewers see really how incredible you are as a young artist.
Thank you.
All right. So this is Alan Shea thanking everybody for joining us today here at the 40th anniversary of Harambee here in our own backyard. I am here with one of the most dynamic women in Pasadena, whose passion and commitment for Pasadena is incredible. Why don't you share with the viewers really how important is today's celebration of Harambee?
Today's celebration is everything that I am is because of what I learned in ministry here under Rudy Carrasco and Coffee Carrasco, and helped me to know that when it was time for me to step out and do my own after school and summer camp, I had the right foundation and the right leadership and the right training. So yeah. It's a blessing.
And the beautiful thing I love about this young lady here is, why don't you give them a little background of how important the clergy, the community, and certainly our future leaders, including yourself, because she is one of our Pasadena commissioners who can add value to sustaining a fair and equitable stake here in Pasadena.
I believe that faith, community, and just leadership equals that if we all listen together, if we all challenge one another, we have the right to argue and disagree, but the end result is we want the best for one Pasadena and a great, thriving, growing community for everyone.
And Florence keeps me inspired, because when we have to beat up on people regarding fair and equitable stake, especially with our police department, it's not that we don't love our police department, we just believe that everybody should be accountable for their actions. And this incredible woman next to me keeps me inspired. So I want to thank you, and watch how incredible she's going to have added value in the next few years. So thank you, Florence.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
I'm going back to those two numbers.
We're here with one of our incredible pastors who keeps me inspired when you get up on that stage. Why don't you share the viewers how important is today and setting forth not only the clergy community, but really the leadership of this event, of our church, and certainly our pastors who are all over this incredible event.
Yeah. For us, the church, we believe that God's called the church to bring his kingdom here as it is in heaven. And Harambee Ministries is one of the main ways that we do that. And so it's so important for us to come together to show these young people the worth and value they have as children of God, and all the potential that's in them that he wants to draw out. So it's a really big deal. And it's fun. It's fun to be together.
Well, it's been great. I mean, we've been getting great interviews. The youth are here, the dignitaries, and really seeing how Harambee and certainly Fellowship has teamed up with an incredible mission to bring forth the next 40 years. So I think you got your hands full.
Yes, we do. Got our hands full. It's good work, though. Full with good work.
Well, you know, I think if we continue to illustrate the importance of the clergy community being the fiber of what brings our moral standards higher and higher in the wake of today's climate, I think we have a great future to look forward to.
I agree. We just gotta. Does anybody else want to? Yeah, we gotta show up and show people we love them and that we care. So that's what we're trying to do.
Well, I just want to thank you, because you show that every time you get up there on the stage at church. So thank you.
I appreciate it.
All right. Hi, we are back with one of the most impressive pastors in Pasadena, and one that I enjoy because he keeps me inspired, and I think we've been hanging a little while here in Pasadena, right?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I want you to hear from someone who not only has a true passion for Pasadena, but he can certainly bring the real understanding of how important today is for our community in celebrating this 40th anniversary.
Ah, man, it is such a joy to be here celebrating Harambee and this 40th anniversary. I was 20 when Harambee arrived all these 40 years ago, and my first time meeting the inspirational Dr. Perkins, which absolutely transformed my life, transformed the way that I do ministry. I've been actively engaged with CCDA that Dr. Perkins established nationwide, and it's so great seeing these principles lived out in this community, and especially in the way that it's serving our students who are most in need. As a pastor, I believe in loving everyone as the image and likeness of God, and that no one should be treated any less than that. And I know that these are the values that Harambee lives out with every student that comes this way, with every volunteer, and brings transformative change in our community. And so I'm just so grateful to be a part of that and to partner with them in doing it.
Well, you know, the beautiful thing that I like about what you bring to this event is you can really share with the viewers, because of your relationship with Pastor Tate before Fellowship was in existence, his leadership, and certainly now with the partnership between Fellowship and Harambee. Share with the viewers what it offers the future.
Well, we're really excited about the future. One of the things that is happening right now in this partnership between STARS, our nonprofit, and with Harambee is bringing together all of the nonprofits and finding out where they all are. At Pasadena, it's sort of been an urban legend that we have thousands of nonprofits and the most nonprofits per capita than any other city in the United States. But do they all know each other? Do all the faith communities know each other? So the collaborative work that we're doing right now is finding out who all those agencies are, what their sweet spot is, and then building lasting partnerships around our students throughout all of Pasadena Unified. So that's one of our big things right now.
And you know, what you're sharing with the viewers are so key, because in order to make sure equity stake exists in this community, someone is going to have to step forward and bring about a new movement, a new awareness, and certainly make sure that there's a balance between the morality and the spiritual that keeps our community stable.
Absolutely, and that's why getting one of my roles as being part of the executive board of the Clergy Community Coalition, I oversee education equity. It takes all of us to make this happen, and churches need to be more engaged in caring for the community. I know that sounds like a strange thing to hear, that churches aren't as engaged as they should be, but even more so now, especially with our young people, to bring this kind of transformative change. We were just speaking with Falante Riddle and the work that she's doing, and right now the critical age is 6, 7, and 8 years old, and what's happening in their lives. So if we don't reach young now, we're not going to have a city in the future. So doing all that together, that's what it's all about.
And I think he has hit on all of the key concerns for the future. And I thank you so much for being a part of this community, and certainly all the years I've known you and the work you put forth. So thank you. And we want to make sure we thank you for joining us today. This is Alan Shea signing out for today with our society show here on the 40th anniversary of Harambee in Pasadena.
Thank you so much, Alan. All right. God bless you.